This is Sony Erlin, and you are now listening to the Anime Assembled podcast, part of the Sci-Fi-tology Podcast Network, with your host, Indy Uchiha and John Forsaken Powers.
Welcome, everybody. This is Anime Assembled, episode Quattro. Quattro's 4, right? Quattro.
Yeah, that's 4.
Quattro, episode 4.
That's 4.
Y'all know what it is. It's me, your boy, Indy Uchiha. I got my man, John Forsaken Powers.
What's up?
And today, we are going to basically be covering one of the greatest shows, animes, that I actually caught up with now. Like it says on his shirt right there, Attack on Titan. He's all decked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still old school. I just randomly got on the Deadpool. I don't know.
I've been ready. I've been ready for this podcast. I've been ready.
No matter what it is, it's still a nerd mix. You feel me?
True. I feel you. 100.
All right. So this was a show that everybody's been into. When I was still working at GameStop, that's all everybody was talking about was Attack on Titan.
Yes,
you know me, it takes me a minute to catch up with normally animes are like 50 episodes in before I start checking them out.
To be honest, it takes you a minute.
Yeah, it takes me a minute. Well, I mean, kill me. I mean, One Piece is 835 episodes long. I had to get through shipping.
More like 870 plus now at this point.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super. It was taking me a minute to get through some of the stuff I'm watching. But I finally got to Attack on Titan. I actually caught up in a week. I'm dying for the episode Saturday now,
bro. Dude, yeah, I just caught up on. I just catched up on the latest episode too. To be honest.
All right, but for those who haven't watched Attack on Titan, we're gonna go through. We're not gonna basically spoil everything, but we're gonna give you an overview for those who might not want to start from season 1 to be able to catch you up, so you can just start watching the current season. We won't go into detail on stuff that actually spoil things for you, but you will know who the characters are, what their queefs, or I like to say quirks, but every time I say quirk now, they get it confused with My Hero.
True.
And everything, why things are happening, just and who are the big players in the game. Before we even start, y'all will notice who my favorites are because I am a mark for Levi, and that's probably because he's the character closest to being like Sasuke.
He's also the most
Bakugo.
He's the most badass character in the show anyways.
That's normally what I do. I normally end up just caping for the badass characters.
True.
But Masaka?
Mikasa?
I just Mikasa. Like, I have to speak Spanish when I'm saying her name.
House.
Yeah, Mikasa?
Mikasa. Yeah, Mikasa.
2 favorite characters in the show. I like Armin.
Fair. That's fair.
It's just different things. I loved Annie. We'll get into it. Give a brief overview over what Attack on Titan is before we start rolling into season 1.
So overall, basically, there's humanity. They went through an extinction level event, basically, and this event is in regards to what they call the Titans. They're these giant humanoid-looking beings. They're both male and female. In regards to them, what they do, they eat people. That's pretty much it. We come that it's not really for they need to eat. It's just because they enjoy eating the little humans. So this has been going around for about 100 years now. The current human generation, they do not know where these Titans came from, what they are, how they came to be, or whatever. They just know that they've lived through 100 years of peace. Until the fateful day of the very first episode of the anime, where the new colossal Titan, which is actually pictured on my shirt right here, he literally kicks in the wall and ruins the whole entire lives of all the people. And that's really it. Right now, we're just trying to figure out what these Titans are, where they came from, who they are, and what do they want, and how in the hell do we get rid of them.
Yeah, they don't pull no punches. Like it jumps off from raw dying. Like it's a different type of show. Yeah, the animation is done different. The art is done different. It's a lot of stills, a lot of beautiful like artwork stills instead of always but the way that they break it up really lets you get into who these characters are, because they'll stop in a heartbeat on a still with like humans running for their lives, and then you just see this big ugly naked thing just smiling
creepily at him too.
Yeah, like I'm going to eat you. Like you just it's just really weird.
Yeah.
So let's get into season 1 and who are the main players in this series.
So from the get-go, from the very first episode, we have seen 3 primarily main characters. We have the main character, Eren Yeager, and then his they're the 2 supporting main characters. We got Mikasa Ackerman and Armin. I always forget the dude's last name, but they are like the 3 Ps in some really fucked up crazy pod. From the whole entire get-go, it's really just, it's been those 3, and it's really following the perspective of their group. There's more people that join the group later on through like when they actually go through the cadet corps and the and the training to be a part of the squads and everything like that.
Okay. So I think the highlight of this season in particular, that they kind of make you forget of what's going on is Yeager, what's his name? Eren.
Yeah. Eren.
I'm horrible with anime names. If it's not Goku and Vegeta, I'm gonna have a hard time remembering it. But
that's where I come in. I got you, bro.
Yeah, but the 2 big highlights I took out, especially at the first couple episodes, is Eren's dad leaving, Eren's mom, the way she died, and Mikasa's backstory on how she became to start living with Eren and his family.
Okay. So, well, in terms of that, we don't really know the reasons or the extent, technically, from the first season as to why Eren's dad leaves. We just know that he's not in the picture. And then, of course, we know what happens to his mom. Literally in the first episode, she gets eaten. And that's exactly why Eren wants to get rid of and exterminate all the Titans on the world. Mikasa, supposedly, since she had a very Japanese look to her, she's got the pale white skin. She's got
she is the only one that looks like Japanese. Like all the rest of them look American, blonde hair, blue eyes, brunettes, and everything like that. Yeah, she is like one of the only. Levi though too. Levi and Mikasa are the only 2 that really look like they're Japanese. Slanted eyes,
right?
You know,
the black hair,
slim faces, like jet black hair. Yeah.
So, we find out basically there was these thugs that were trying to actually sell her. They were trying to kidnap her and sell her. So what had happened with that was her parents were killed, but Eren's family, well, actually Eren came and saved the day and actually rescued her from these people, and so she came to live with Eren's family, and that's why she has such a strong attachment or bond or whatever you want to call it to Eren.
She ride or die.
Yeah, she absolutely 100%. That's like literally she went ballistic about her scarf. Like they ain't.
The scarf that Eren gave her when he rescued her when she said she was cold.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And they ain't. Yeah, it is a ride or die kind of thing with those 2. Like whatever, anything that's trying to hurt Eren is on Mikasa's shit list. Like she literally went up against the whole entire government just for Eren. So yeah,
that's really crazy. One of the big events that happened in season 1 that actually carries the storyline around is that we found out something special about Eren. That other people supposedly don't do.
So what was kind of interesting was how it actually came about. So Eren, we've come to find out, has the ability to transform into a Titan, which was kind of unheard of before this. But the funny way how I thought about it was literally they killed off the main character in order to bring him back with this power. So I thought that was kind of, it was cool, but it was also, it was something different, but it was an unprecedented event. No one's ever done it before. It brought in the whole question and the mystery about well, what are really the Titans and everything like that? Because again, no one's ever seen a human turn into a Titan and then turn back into a human. No one's ever seen, this kind of ability before. So he became this, this all powerful, super weapon that the humans want to use now.
Okay. And that kind of takes us too. Like, they use him as a weapon, but they start to not treat him as a human. Even Levi's kind of iffy about him. But the general with the blonde hair, Erwin is the one that still treats him like he's a person. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, like, he seems to not be like other Titans. He seems to be aware of what he's doing and not wanting to hurt anybody.
He does, like, initially he did not have really any control. It was kind of like an animal instinct, from the get-go. Like, when we first see what I call the Eren Titan, he was literally just on the whole blood instinct of kill all Titans, and that's how we find out about him. And then we find him in the nape of the Titan, and that's how we know that it was Eren. But later, down the line, he starts to gain control. Like, he plays a key role in closing up the hole that the Colossal Titan kicked in. He starts to actually be able to use his combat training from his cadet days in his Titan form when he's battling certain, enemies and everything like that. So he initially doesn't have control, but now he has a pretty strong control over it.
But then we find out that he's not the only person that can turn into a Titan.
Yeah, it was a shot in the dark. Like, season 1, we get the female Titan. We find out that she was actually a human in disguise and everything like that.
Part of his own clique, his own little squad that he was running with.
Yeah, she was in the top 10, Annie, and then whatchamacallit. We found out later in season 2 she wasn't alone. She actually had accomplices with her to infiltrate human society, so to speak. We get the Colossal Titan. We find out who the Colossal Titan really is. We find out the Armored Titan. So we find out all these special Titans. They're actually humans, and they have these special abilities for whatever reason, blah blah blah. But yeah, definitely we even find out Ymir is even a Titan in at the beginning of season 2.
And they're all from the same
region. Well, I wouldn't say same reason, but the same clique, because we do know that from Reiner's and Bernhold's backstory that they're from a village way out, and we don't even know where Annie's from. We just hear that Annie was from a similar location as Reiner and Bernhold, but they're all over the place and everything like that with this.
But they seem to be more aware of what's going on, and they're actually able to control turning to and from a Titan a lot easier than what Eren is.
Oh, 100%.
Because they said that, because I catch them all the time saying, well, Eren doesn't remember. And it makes you think that he's actually been a Titan longer than what he is. But then when we get further and when we get in further into like season 3, it makes you think like maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not. Maybe it's just that we find out it has something to do with memories, that maybe the memories is what should make him remember, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. It's a lot of stuff going on.
A lot.
Because as we get into season 3, as we get into season 3, and he seems like he control being a Titan a little bit more, all of a sudden it just stops. Like, he can't even change into a Titan.
Well, I feel like that's just for the soul aspect. He burnt himself out finding out his new ability as a Titan. When he's able to control them when he finally re-encounters the Titan, his mother, the bane of existence for him and everything, and he screams at it, and then Titans start swarming the shit out of it. So I feel like it's just he kind of burnt himself out, and it's like a recharge thing. Like, you can't use your ultimate, right away after you use it. You have to let it charge up. And I feel like he just has to recuperate. It's kind of like your muscles, you got to let it rest kind of thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
But going back to that whole, like, control thing and everything like that, and, like, all the other Titans, they have an extreme better, a better control over their powers versus Eren. But you have to understand that Eren was kind of just thrown into it. He discovered his power on, basically, I want to say luck.
Right.
Like, he was going to die inside of the Titan that ate him, but then all of a sudden he spawned into a Titan. All the others, it seems like they've had their powers for God knows how long, and they've been actually being able to train with it and work with it and control it. So
Okay, so what's the thing going on with Historia?
So, at least currently, what we found out that Historia, she is supposedly royalty, and her family actually has been passing down this special power from person to person or whatever. The memories kind of the world, how the Titans came to be, how to control them, all this other kind of stuff.
So like the encyclopedia type.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's
Okay.
literally just kind of, it's damn near like the Bible has just been given to whoever, the passing, whoever gets it down.
And Aaron's the one that has this,
Yeah, so
but he just can't tap into it.
yeah, so according to Historia's dad, it deals with their blood. The royal family blood has like a special key to it, which maybe is true, maybe it's not true. I don't know. I mean, we got to see some of the images of the past people in Historia's family, of the race family, and so it seems legit, but whether Eren can or cannot tap into it, who knows? Maybe Eren is a special case. He might be able to tap into it. Maybe, because I feel like this is a first time event where someone out of the Reyes family has gotten this power. So who knows? Maybe, they just think that only their family can really tap into the power, or if maybe Eren works with the power long enough, maybe he'll be able to even tap into it.
Okay, because like it's weird. I'm thinking honestly after hearing Levi's last name, I'm really thinking that he has some type of connection, like he could be Mikasa's older brother.
That a lot of people have been arguing about that. I personally want to believe it. I mean, they have very similar in terms of appearance. They are both the most badass and most skillful fighters on the field.
That like maybe how they were going to kidnap her and her mom or whatever. That maybe they got the brother and like sold him off.
That was highly speculative. I honestly thought of myself too, because I mean, Levi, from what we've been learning from his backstory since the beginning of season 3, he's been with Kenny the Ripper. So, he hasn't been with his family. He was kind of like a stray dog, so to speak, inside of the society. So we don't know really, where he came from. A lot of people, when they heard that last name, they were like, they got to be related in some way, shape, or form.
Or maybe they like gave Levi up in order to be able to move to where they moved to, and that was like the sacrifice they had to make to take their family. Where they had to go or something like that.
That would be an interesting twist, because family does play a big aspect into this show from what I've seen. Whether it's Eren's family and all the messed up shit that's gone on with his family, whether, the stuff going on between him and his dad, the whole thing about his mother passing because of the Titan eating her, Historia's crazy family, all this other kind of stuff. It seems like there's a big family aspect or dynamic to the show.
Okay, now the whole thing about the bloodline and everything is cool. But I still think that Eren was turned into a Titan. Like it's not 100%. Something that he had, because we see later on that Historia's dad is actually going to give her the power to turn into a Titan
from that syringe,
which I think has a Titan, somebody who had the ability of spinal fluid, which is something they probably passed down through their family, taking the spinal fluid, which is easy. You take a spinal tap, take some of the fluid out, and then if you which we saw doesn't take very much.
I was about to say, he literally just licked it off the ground. And
yeah, he ended up turning into like the biggest Titan ever.
Right. Yeah.
But to turn into Titan, but she denied it. She said she wasn't going to do it. She didn't want to live her like that, and she was actually going to set Eren loose. But it made it seem like if she was to take the power, that she could just end the struggle of the war. Like she could just control the Titans and just send them away.
Yeah. So I mean, they do go into that aspect. I mean, her father tries to explain it off like, yeah, you can literally control the Titans and everything like that, which would make sense. But just like she argued back at her father, they've had this power for over 100 years now, so if they have the ability to just drive the Titans away, then why haven't they? And I mean, the father, shoots back saying that, oh, well, the first king, he wanted the Titans to rule it, humanity could live peacefully or whatever. But I mean, if they're on the damn near brink of extinction, you know, that doesn't make sense to me. You know, I feel like it's not really they can control them to go away. I mean, you could probably control them to go away from the area, but I'm sure they're gonna come back eventually, of some way, shape, or form.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. This is getting really, really good. The writing is actually, you know what I'm saying? The writing the first, it was a lot of crying and everything like that.
It was very mysterious how I saw it. It was because there was a lot of questions left unanswered in the show, and it really made you feel like you were trying to learn things as you went, just like the characters in the show. And we were trying to figure out who were the Titans, what they are. We were trying to figure out who was doing what and everything like that. I mean, we got different perspectives since we were able to see like Erwin's conversations with like Pixis.
Yeah, they did that a lot. Like they let you see both sides of what was going on instead of showing all this to you and then next season showing other thing. They were really quick at, all right, you saw this in the next episode, they might go on, they'll go back and be like, well, this is what happened on the other side. That I did like.
Yeah.
They didn't wait to show you the other side.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And even with, you know, they kind of threw little shots, hints about what's really going on, like with the backstory of Ymir. You know, when we actually got to see her backstory and everything like that, we saw what looked like government officials stabbing people with the same syringe that Historia's father was about to use on her, and then pushing them off walls, and that's how Ymir became a Titan. So, you know, a lot of, you know, what I'm thinking is maybe the Titans, maybe not originally is a government experiment, but maybe they were able to adapt and turn humans into Titans as well. And that's where this whole, you know, humans can turn into Titan ability came about, was from maybe like a super secret government, you know, experiment trying to make super weapons or something, you know, like Captain America or something like that.
Like something going wrong, or maybe they put them out there thinking that they would be able to control, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. If they catch one that can actually remember and everything like that, be able to wind it down, because we do have a big ape, hairy looking Titan that just seems like he's totally intelligent.
Oh, yeah, super intelligent.
Which who to me, for some reason, looks just like the Titan that Eren's father was turning into earlier.
See, low-key, that's what I thought too. But at the same time, what I'm thinking of, because Armin chimes in on this saying that, you know, well, if in order to turn back from a Titan into a human again, you have to eat someone who has the ability to transform. And he chimes in, well, then who did Eren eat? And from all the flashbacks we've been getting since season 1, we see in season 1 that Eren goes through a traumatic event with his father, and there's a syringe, a needle-like thing that he gets stabbed with by his father. I feel like Eren was actually given the power of the Titans from
maybe it was the same syringe that he was going to get Historia. You know what I'm saying? The thing that was the one that's supposed to be passed down, and Eren's dad took it because he felt like it shouldn't just be the royal blood that should know what's going on when he found out what the secret was.
Right.
And maybe it was a last minute thing where if I can't get this where I needed to go, he just decided to put it in Eren. Like,
right,
here, I give you the ability. You
For sure. I mean, it would definitely make sense. I mean, Eren's father, we know, is like a super scientist dude, whatever.
But if that's the case, afterwards, I don't know, would this have happened after they got Mikasa? Because the father came around after Mikasa. This happened after that? Or did he inject them beforehand and then end up getting into the Titan thing until afterwards?
Well, like,
it's a weird thing with him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wanna say this was definitely post Mikasa, but at the same time, we don't really see much of the father afterwards.
I don't think he's dead. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. That's one of the reasons why I think he wants him to get that key and get into the basement, because I feel like he has what's really going on, or what could finish unlocking that ability for Eren in that basement. I honestly think that the father has something to do with that with the Hairy Titan, and that's the reason he's controlling the thing, because he could have killed all of them if he wanted to.
True. He definitely really could have killed him at that time.
Yeah, and didn't. And he went over the wall and was just chilling. He's not really.
And we even get to see a little glimpse of him pop out, like he's regular human form inside the Titan too.
Yeah.
So, but see, for me, I honestly think that Eren ate his father. That's where I think it happened. But like,
I don't think he had to. See, I'm thinking of something where, especially if I don't know. I just don't think they make the story seem like you have to eat somebody in order to be able to control, you know what I'm saying, control the ability.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Eren has to. I think he has to eat somebody to gain their ability, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
I
100%.
don't think he never had to eat anybody to change back into a human.
Interesting. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, with Aaron's, since we've always come to the understanding that he's a special case within the show and everything, that he's not a normal person in the show. Whether it was when we first discovered he was the only transformable Titan to now he's like a special Titan now.
Mm-hmm.
So
the crowd control Titan.
Yeah, exactly. So I could see it. Even if he didn't have to eat anybody, it's still interesting to just the whole aspect of the whole, even with Historia and everything like that, their family, they always had to eat someone. So if maybe he didn't eat his father, maybe he ate someone else.
Well, I think they had to eat. They ate somebody in order to pass down that ability, though. That's why they were eating it. They weren't eating change back to a human. They were actually just passing down the ability.
That's fair.
It was like the grandfather, was it the uncle, the grandfather, whatever, that was sitting there that Historia's older sister had to eat. And
the older sister had to eat the
uncle in order to gain the ability.
Yeah.
And so, I think they always have the ability to turn into Titans. I think fair. It's just that they're after those
specific
six specific abilities.
Yeah, it's like six. It's like 6 or 7 special abilities, something like that. So that's what's up. I can see that. Because
I think those ones that were tested on, they were just given those abilities. Like they already had them in the vial, and they were gonna give them. And I think they might have given it to them in order for one person to be able to take all those abilities.
Okay, interesting.
Away, and they ended up, you know what I'm saying, running and getting.
That's fair. That would be an interesting twist to it. Like in the syringe, they already have that special ability already mixed into it and everything. So
and that's why they had the 6 different. Is it walls?
They have 3 different walls.
3 different walls, and I think they they spaced it out like that. Like each place had. That's why they were all like in different villages, different spots. Like they all had control of the different abilities. Like they were taking care of something.
That's what's up. I can see that. I mean, it's getting real crazy with what's going on and everything with season 3. I can't wait to see what else is going to be happening with the show.
Saturday.
Oh my god,
I can't wait for Saturday.
Oh yeah, dude, I want to see that boss Titan fight. I can't wait for it.
Can't wait for Eren to get wrecked, because that's normally what happens. He gets wrecked.
Yeah. He usually gets wrecked, and then Mikasa and all the other gang, they come and save
Mikasa by herself comes and puts in work.
Yeah, 100%.
Like dead serious. 100% comes puts in work.
But the best part is we get to see Levi and Mikasa come through this time around.
And Levi's on a bum leg and still doing damage.
Yeah, he been injured, and he's still rocking it. So
I gotta get a Levi t-shirt.
Dude,
gotta get a Levi t-shirt.
I need to get a Levi cosplay. What are you talking about?
I can't pull that off.
I sure as hell can't either. But
the costumes that Levi called me Levi Johnson.
Oh god.
Levi Johnson.
Oh no.
Watch me spin. But that's crazy. I mean, if y'all guys haven't checked out Attack on Titan, man, if y'all got that Crunchyroll subscription, I mean, they throw it up every week on a Saturday. Yeah. Check it. Crunchyroll is definitely worth it for anything like that, man. Attack on Titan, man. Go watch it now. That's what we recommend. Go watch Attack on Titan. Catch up. It's only on. It ain't even halfway through season 3. Yeah,
I was about to say it's like a third of the way through season 3 right now, and even better, with that Crunchyroll account. I mean, yeah, if you're a regular member of Crunchyroll, I mean, you gotta wait a whole extra day. But if you got that premium, you get it literally an hour or two after it airs on Japan TV.
Subbed. Yeah, that's what's the trip. Hour after subbed.
Yeah,
that's the one thing Crunchyroll does for you.
1080p too, right off the bat.
It's not like watching Super Dragon Ball Heroes when you watch it in the Japanese and you're like, that was dope. Wish I knew what they were saying.
Yeah, true. 100%.
Dead serious. Well, that's Anime Assembled. You got anything that you want to throw in there? Anything you want to recommend?
I mean, right now, what I've been looking at, I was looking up earlier about like what I was telling you about Cells at Work, the anime that it's like a cutesy, informational anime that teaches you about, your body. It teaches you about like the platelets, the white blood cell, red blood cell, all the like the biology of your body and everything like that. And they made it in a cool twist, in anime form, of course, in anime fashion, real dope looking. I was even checking out Angels of Death, which is basically it's kind of like like the Shinigami, the Grim Reapers coming, and doing all their things and everything like that. I haven't started yet, but it does look real interesting. I'd probably those would be the two right now. I mean, I'm still watching Sirius the Jaeger. It's getting real good, real spicy, real nice. Of course, I'm watching Black Clover, which is the current popular anime now. That is it's coming. I think it's coming to its end of the first season. I think we got, I think 3 more episodes left.
I'm actually waiting for the season to be over with before I check it out.
I don't blame you. I mean, it's like, I think the whole season's 51 episodes. Right now we're on like 47, 48, but it's surprisingly, it's not as bad. Like at first I thought it was going to be kind of like a knockoff of like Naruto and like Bleach combined, but it honestly, it pulled its own twists around here and there, and it did pretty well for an anime, to be honest. I honestly enjoyed it coming through it. I can't wait for that second season when it comes out, so I can see more of I guess the background, the kind of the story of the whole entire like atmosphere of the whole show.
That's what it do, man. Well, go watch Attack on Titan. But I gotta plug something before we leave.
Yeah, go for it, brother. Go for it.
If you're in the Northwest Indiana area, man, please check out the ToyCon toy show. You check out www.toycontoyshow.com, man. September 23rd. There's the flyer. You can pick up flyers from Creative Comics in Griffith. It's a reason why you want to pick up these flyers. It gives you a couple of bucks, I believe, off your entrance fee. Man, if you're into collectibles, if you're loving your collectibles, like all them pops you see in the back there, them statues, like this, and that's badass. That one right there. Statues like that, check it out, man. They're going to have 120 6-foot tables, 35 10x10 booths, featuring action figures, superhero toys and dolls, comics, TV and sci-fi toys, Japanese toys, collectibles, and more. You get a $1 off with flyer. Admission is $6, 10 and under free. It's from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., so that means you can get there before work if you work nights. It's 2450 Lincoln Street, Highland, Indiana. The contact number is 708-363-3612. That's www.toycontoyshow.com. Go check that out. Go support your locals, man, especially if you're in the area. They're the ones who support us. We support them. That's what we 100%. Do. We're into stuff like that. I'm going to buy as many Attack on Titan and My Hero stuff as I can possible.
Oh yeah, dude! I gotta start getting on them statues, man. Yeah, I got pretty much the whole set of the pops. Now I gotta get all the statues.
Definitely, I gotta get me a Levi and a Mikasa.
Oh, for sure.
Gotta get me a Todoroki statue. Gotta get.
It's gotta have its powers active though. It can't
powers
just be
active.
Yeah, it's gotta have the fire and ice going, dude. It's gotta have.
No, I think I want just the ice, and then I want to get his pop with his powers active, and have him not have to activate the fire, and then like set up for his dad, like he has his dad there. That's why he's not using the fire part. I want something like that.
That'd be dope. I could see that, dude. That would be real cool.
Definitely. Make sure you check this out. It's Sci-Fi-tology's YouTube page. We're putting it there for right now until Ages of Flashpoint come back. So we got more content on that page. Sci-Fi-tology.com, at Sci-Fi-tology, everywhere. That's YouTube, Twitter. Come holler at us in the group. The group is way active. My man here is always posting anime something.
I try my best, dude. I got to get that information out there. I got to spread the love.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them about the shop, boy?
So, basically, we got a whole bunch of dope-ass stuff. He's actually got a shirt right here for Nerd Mix. And it even reps Anime Assembled too. It's got all of the plugs for all of our other stuff. We got Gamer Share, we got Ages of Flashpoint, we got Anime Assembled, we got Nerd Mix Live, we got all this other kind of cool stuff. So you can get shirts, hoodies, you can get beanies, you can get bags, you can get stickers.
Not just in gray neither.
Yeah,
go up there. $16.
Tons of colors. I know. I just picked me up like this really nice neon green hoodie of Nerd Mix, dude. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. If you're looking to rep anything, trying to get your nerd armor going, dude, highly recommend. Check it out. It's on Etsy. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on, dude. You got to check it out.
Most definitely, man. You can follow me at Nerd Mix Live on Twitter. You can follow him at.
I'm only on Facebook. You can hit me up on John Powers. If you can find me, you just gotta look for my. I guess you could call my beautiful face. But right. You could definitely if you hit up that the the Sci-Fi-tology Facebook page. I'm always in there. Like he said, I'm always posting about anime stuff in there. I try to keep debates going. I even try to post about like the superhero stuff going on too in there.
Most definitely. And also check me out on A Plus Opinions. I do
100%.
nerd and pop culture news and reviews on there. I actually got a Super Dragon Ball Heroes post going up there really soon with the CW shows and everything popping back up. Gifted, you'll see a lot of content on there as well. We're everywhere.
Arrow.
Everywhere. We are everywhere.
Yeah,
so make sure to
really
check us out, man. Make sure to check us out. As always, I'm your boy, Indy Uchiha. This is John Forsaken Powers.
What's up?
And we do this for the order. And as always, it's a nerd mix. This has been Anime Assemble episode 4. Thank you, Sony Erilyn, for the intro. Y'all make sure y'all check out her Patreon account. Check her out at Sony Erilyn Instagram. All the information for her Patreon account is up there. She did the intro for us. She's an amazing cosplayer. Yeah. Amazing. Have to give her a shout out. I'll put the link to her Patreon. I'll put the link to her print shop in the description below. Make sure you go show some support. Follow her on Twitter, Sony Erilyn. All right?
Yeah, most def.
Deuces. I'm going to do it like Anna America does it.